Lisa Marie Simo-Kinzer, 52 Old Farm Road, Terryville, Connecticut. Congratulations to the newly elected board members. From the National PTA Myth versus Fact Sheet on Common Core. Question: is the federal government compiling student and family data into a federal database? Answer: no. Common Core is not a mechanism for federal data collection. Federal law prohibits the reporting of aggregate data that could identify individual students. In addition, the federal government does not have access to the student-level information held in state databases. Ladies and gentlemen, that statement could not be more false, thanks to the changes in the Family Education Rights and Privacy Act, commonly called FERPA. FERPA, created in 1974, was altered drastically in 2011, and those changes took effect in 2012. Prior to the change, parents were the only ones who could allow the sharing of information on their children. Changes to the FERPA regulations now greatly expand who has access to our students' data without parental consent. Changes that will leave parents uninformed as to how their children's records are shared and to with whom they're shared with. The U.S. Department of Education created this new regulation, which significantly broadens the definition of personally identifiable information, as well as the term authorized representatives. According to the regulation, personally identifiable information includes the student's ID number or biometric record, including fingerprints, retina and iris patterns, voice prints, DNA sequencing, facial characteristics, and handwriting. Information that alone or in combination is linked or linkable to a specific student that would allow a reasonable person in the school community to identify the student with reasonable certainty. Additionally, items like name, date of birth, religious affiliation, legal history, political affiliation, disciplinary history in schools, medical and psychiatric diagnosis, medication taken by the child, IQ scores, test scores, interactions with school counselors are all part of 400 data points that have the potential to be collected on our children. More alarmingly, with the changes to FERPA, this information is now allowed to be given to third parties without parental consent. These changes, made without congressional approval, now allow authorized third-party representatives access to student data. Authorized representative is defined as any entity or individual designated by a state or local educational authority as having a vested interest in the information. Under subsection 99.31, there are approximately 40 entities outlined who would have access to our children's information without parental consent, including contractors, consultants, volunteers, or other parties to whom an agency or institution is outsourced institutional services or functions may be considered a school official under that paragraph. Other allowed individuals include the Comptroller General of the United States, the Attorney General of the United States, the Secretary of State and local educational authorities, organizations conducting studies for or on behalf of educational agencies. I also like to have this information.
If you could just give it to Patrick Skorsky, she'll make sure we all bring it down.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
I'm in charge.